Riley McCarthys aligned the hydraulic nail gun with a sheet of drywall held in place by his brother Finn and nailed it to the wooden frame. Bam, bam, bam. Down one side, across the top, down the other side, along the bottom. With that sheet finished, they started on the next, positioning and securing it before starting again. The rote nature of the work suited Riley's glum mood as he listened to the January wind howl outside the new home of McCarthys Wayfarer, Gansett Island Shore Dinner Hall, event facility, beachfront bar, and hotel. The entire McCarthy family had come together to fund the purchase of the rundown facility that occupied prime real estate adjacent to the ferry landing. His cousin Mac's construction company was handling the renovations, which would take most of the time they had left in the off-season to get it ready for the summer. Riley and Finn had come to Gansett for their cousin Laura's wedding 15 months ago and were still there, working for Mac as one project rolled into another. With the winter deep freeze keeping everyone in hibernation mode lately, Riley had too much time to think about the direction of his life, his career, his living situation, his love life, or lack thereof, and whether he should move back to the mainland to shake things up. Not that he was unhappy on Gansett Island living with his brother, near their father, uncles, cousins, and friends. He wasn't unhappy, but he was out of sorts. For more than a year, Riley had been content on the island, but in the last few months, something had changed for him, and he couldn't decide whether the island had become less appealing or when the restlessness had set in that had him questioning everything. "Riley," Finn said. Riley looked up. "What? Are you listening to me?" "Sorry, what did you say?" "I asked where you were, and when you didn't answer, you confirmed you're not here." "What? I'm right here." "Maybe so, but your head is somewhere else entirely, which makes me nervous when you're pointing a nail gun at my hands. What's up with you, anyway? You're zoned out more often than not, and you never want to go out or party or do anything." "It's freezing." "That's never stopped you before." Finn held up another sheet of drywall and waited for Riley to nail it into place. Riley could dodge a lot of people. The brother who knew him better than anyone wasn't one of them. "I don't know why I don't feel like going out, I just don't." "I know why," Finn said with a smug smile. "Can't wait to hear this. It's because of Nikki, the roof girl." Riley took his eyes off what he was doing just long enough to nearly run a nail through his own hand. "What are you talking about?" "This funk of yours started when she left without saying goodbye." "What funk? And so what if she left without saying goodbye? I barely knew her." "But you liked her. Admit it." Riley shrugged, hoping he appeared far more nonchalant than he felt. "She seemed like a nice enough person." Finn snorted with laughter, and Riley seriously considered aiming the nail gun at his brother's head, but for only a second. Most of the time he liked the brother who was also his closest friend. This was not one of those times. "She seemed like a nice enough person," Finn said mockingly. "Is that your story and you're sticking to it?" Riley put down the nail gun and walked away. "Riley," Finn called after him. "Come on, I'm just messing with you. What the hell? Where are you going?" "Hey, Riley," Mac called out to him from atop a ladder. "What's up?" He didn't stop or reply to them on his way through the double doors that led to the beach, where it was about 10 degrees with a wind chill of -200, or so it seemed. The wind whipped the sand into mini cyclones as huge waves pounded against the shore. Seagulls flew above the surf, seeming oblivious to the fact that it was too cold for any living thing to be outside. Riley zipped up the heavy coat he wore to work in the building that was still heat-challenged, even with the new HVAC system fully installed and nearly operational. No one wanted to spend the money to heat the vast space, so they bundled up and spent their days freezing their asses off. He tugged work gloves from his pockets, put them on, and pulled his ever-present wool hat down over his ears. He'd rather be out here than inside listening to Finn psychoanalyze him. They got enough of that bullshit from their father, the shrink.